Have you ever taken a quick nap during the day, only to feel more tired or restless afterward? Especially after 70, what once felt like a harmless little rest can quietly begin to sabotage your health, your mood, and even your memory. And yet, so many older adults continue the habit, not realizing what it's doing to their body and mind behind the scenes. In this video, we're diving into 7 reasons why daytime sleep after 70 might be doing more harm than good. This isn't about making you feel guilty for taking a break. It's about understanding what changes as we age, what our body really needs, and how to protect the quality of our nighttime rest. Because that's when your body does its deepest healing. If you've been struggling with sleep problems, confusion during the day, or just feeling off more often than usual, these reasons may help connect the dots. Some of these might surprise you. Others might confirm something you've been feeling but couldn't quite explain. Either way, by the end of this video, you'll walk away with more clarity, and maybe even better sleep. Let's get started. Reason 1. Fragmented nighttime sleep. One of the clearest problems with daytime sleeping after 70 is that it disrupts your body's natural rhythm. When you nap too long or too late, your internal clock, the circadian rhythm, gets confused. That clock tells your body when it's time to wind down, release melatonin, and slip into deep, restorative sleep. But if you sleep during the day, especially in the afternoon, that signal becomes weak or misaligned. You might find yourself tossing and turning at night, waking up multiple times, or waking up too early without feeling rested. It's not that naps are inherently bad. It's about timing and frequency. At this age, our sleep becomes more fragile. We lose some of the depth and structure we had when we were younger. And when you break that fragile cycle with even a 30-minute nap at the wrong time, it can throw off the entire night. Think about it like this. Nighttime sleep is your brain's reset button. It flushes toxins, repairs memory circuits, balances hormones. And none of that happens properly if your body doesn't reach the deeper stages of sleep. That's why a restless night feels more damaging in your 70s than it did in your 40s. I knew a man named Leonard, 78 years old, who swore by his afternoon naps until he started waking up at 2:00 a.m. every morning, wide awake, unable to fall back asleep. It wasn't until he skipped his daytime naps for a full week that he noticed he could sleep longer and deeper. That single change improved not just his energy, but his focus, his digestion, and even his blood pressure. So if your nighttime sleep feels broken, and you find yourself depending more on naps, it may be a sign that daytime rest is doing more harm than good. Reason 2. Reduced sleep drive at night. As we get older, the body naturally produces less of the hormones that help us sleep deeply, like melatonin and growth hormone. That makes it even more important to build up a strong sleep drive during the day. Sleep drive is like a pressure that builds in your brain the longer you're awake. When it gets high enough, your body craves sleep. And that's what helps you fall asleep quickly and stay asleep longer. But the moment you nap during the day, especially for more than 20 to 30 minutes, you let some of that pressure out. You feel refreshed for an hour or two, sure. But then bedtime comes, and you're not tired enough. You lie in bed, eyes open, wondering why your body isn't cooperating. This isn't just theory, it's neuroscience. Studies from sleep centers in California and Germany have shown that older adults who avoid napping report better sleep efficiency, fewer awakenings, and stronger feelings of rest in the morning. Think of it like hunger. If you snack all day, you don't really want a full meal. Same with sleep. If you're resting in the day, your brain doesn't feel the need to dive deep at night. I once worked with a woman named Barbara. She was 81, bright and active, but always complained about waking up at 4:00 a.m. After just 1 week of eliminating naps and sticking to a regular wake time, she told me she finally knew what real sleep felt like. Again, that's the power of letting sleep pressure build. It's not about resisting rest. It's about reclaiming quality. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Reason 3. Disrupted circadian rhythm. When we're younger, our internal clocks, the circadian rhythms, are strong and resilient. They bounce back easily from the occasional late night or nap. But after 70, that internal rhythm becomes more fragile, more easily thrown off balance. And one of the biggest culprits? Daytime sleep. Even a short nap in the afternoon can confuse your body's natural signals. It gets darker. Your brain doesn't release melatonin because it thinks it's already rested. And suddenly, bedtime rolls around and your system is out of sync. You might notice it happening subtly at first. You fall asleep just a little later. Then you wake up groggier. Then you start needing more naps to make up for poor nighttime sleep. And it becomes a cycle. This isn't just inconvenient. It's harmful. Disrupting circadian rhythm has been linked to cognitive decline, metabolic issues, and even cardiovascular strain. It's like trying to run a train on a schedule that keeps changing daily. Eventually, it derailed. Paul, a 77-year-old retired teacher I once worked with, said his afternoon naps used to be the highlight of his day until they started stealing the night from him. By adjusting his daylight exposure and staying active instead of dozing, he said he got back not just his sleep, but his focus, energy, and peace of mind. Sometimes the simplest changes bring the biggest returns. Reason 4. Increased risk of nighttime insomnia. When you fall asleep during the day, your body takes that as a signal that it doesn't need as much rest at night. So even though your mind may crave sleep when you lie down at bedtime, your body doesn't cooperate. What starts off as a short, harmless nap can lead to hours of tossing and turning after dark. And over time, that disconnect can grow into a pattern of chronic insomnia. Insomnia isn't just about inconvenience. After 70, it comes with real costs, memory issues, irritability, weakened immune function, even a higher risk of falls due to grogginess. Sleep is no longer just rest. It's your body's repair cycle. But if you're dozing off while the sun is up, you're disrupting the very cycle meant to keep you sharp, steady, and safe through your later years. There's also something psychological about it. When you can't sleep at night and you're awake staring at the ceiling, your mind starts racing. You begin to feel anxious about the next day, about your health, about time slipping by. That kind of internal restlessness can quietly wear you down. Nancy, 74, told me she used to enjoy a cup of tea and a nap every afternoon. But when those naps started stretching to an hour or more, her nights became restless. She tried everything, from herbal remedies to sleep aids, but nothing worked until she gave up the naps. Within weeks, her nights returned to normal, and so did her days. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Reason 5. Disruption of digestive and metabolic balance. One thing that often goes unnoticed is how sleeping during the day after 70 interferes with your digestive rhythms. Your digestive system works best when it knows what to expect. Meals at regular times, movement to stimulate metabolism, and rest that aligns with your circadian rhythm. But when you nap after lunch or fall asleep mid-afternoon, you slow down everything. Digestion, nutrient absorption, even how your body handles blood sugar. That can mean feeling bloated more often, noticing unexplained weight gain, or even seeing your cholesterol or blood pressure creep up at your next checkup. Your body starts hoarding calories instead of burning them, because it thinks you're in energy conservation mode. Over time, this sluggishness doesn't just feel uncomfortable. It opens the door to chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. And there's a psychological loop that comes with it, too. After eating, if your default is to lie down and drift off, it becomes harder to distinguish between physical tiredness and emotional avoidance. Are you sleepy? Or are you lonely? Are you resting? Or are you bored? These questions blur. And before you know it, you're using sleep to fill spaces that were meant for movement, connection, and engagement. One man I spoke to, Thomas, he's 78 now, shared that his post-lunch naps made him feel sluggish and irritable. He'd wake up more tired than before. After he started taking a short walk instead, not only did his digestion improve, but he felt mentally clearer for the rest of the afternoon. He didn't eat antacids anymore, and he even started sleeping better at night. Sleeping during the day might feel innocent, but after 70, your body is more sensitive to these internal rhythms. Protecting your daytime wakefulness is one way to protect your long-term stability, both physically and emotionally. Reason 6. Emotional blunting and decreased resilience. As we age, our emotional world becomes even more important. How we respond to stress, how we process joy, how we stay hopeful even when facing loss. But sleeping during the day, especially when it becomes a daily pattern, has a subtle way of dulling these emotional edges. It flattens your emotional range. You start to feel less engaged, less excited, less motivated. You might not even realize it at first, only that life feels a little more muted, a little more distant. This happens because daytime sleep fragments your natural hormonal rhythms, including the release of neurotransmitters that help you process emotion, like serotonin and dopamine. You are no longer riding the wave of your body's natural energy highs and lows. Instead, you're cutting those arcs short, making it harder to build momentum, recover from setbacks, or even feel truly alive in joyful moments. There's also the issue of mental flexibility. When you're well rested and awake during the day, your brain has space to think creatively, solve problems, and adapt to unexpected events. But when daytime naps become routine, your ability to mentally shift gears, to stay sharp and emotionally resilient, slowly fades. And this isn't just theory, it plays out in real life. Take Evelyn, 82, who began napping daily after her husband passed. What began as a way to pass time soon turned into avoidance. Her daughter eventually noticed Evelyn was less responsive, less interested in conversation. When Evelyn replaced her nap with a daily check-in call and a hobby she could do near a window, her mood lifted. She said it felt like she was coming back to herself. If you want to stay emotionally present, responsive to joy, adaptable to change, resilient in the face of pain, then preserving your wakefulness during daylight hours matters. It's not about forcing yourself to stay awake just for the sake of it. It's about protecting your emotional vibrancy so that the later chapters of your life are still full of richness, purpose, and connection. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Reason 7. The weakening of your natural sleep drive. The body has a finely tuned internal clock, a circadian rhythm, that controls when you feel alert and when you feel sleepy. After 70, this rhythm can become more fragile. And when you nap during the day, you blunt your natural sleep pressure, also known as the homeostatic sleep drive. That's the biological need that builds throughout the day, helping you fall asleep quickly and deeply at night. But daytime sleep interrupts this buildup. It's like taking a snack in the middle of the afternoon when you're trying to be hungry for a special dinner. You show up at bedtime, and you're just not hungry enough to rest. This effect isn't immediate. It creeps up slowly. You might start noticing that you wake up more during the night, or you can't fall asleep right away, or your sleep feels shallow and unrefreshing. So what do? You nap again during the day to make up for it. And just like that, you're stuck in a cycle that only worsens your sleep quality in the long run. Once this cycle gets going, it becomes harder to break. Even if you try to stop napping, you may already be dealing with fragmented nighttime sleep. But here's the good news. Many older adults who reduced their daytime napping saw improvements in just a few weeks. The key is to engage your body and mind during the day. Go outside in the morning. Do something physically light, but consistent. And keep social connections active. These things help reinforce that sense of daytime wakefulness your brain needs to build real sleep pressure for later. When you protect your natural sleep drive, you're not just improving your sleep. You're protecting your alertness, mood, and brain health. You're giving your body a reason to rest fully at night and rise with energy in the morning. At this stage of life, quality of sleep matters even more than quantity. And that starts with how you spend your daytime hours. Final thoughts. A nap can feel like a treat, a little pause in the middle of the day. And for many, it's harmless. But once you're past 70, what feels harmless can quietly chip away at the quality of your nights, your energy, even your brain's clarity. We're not saying never rest. Your body still needs pauses. But there's a difference between intentional rest and unconscious withdrawal. If you found yourself nodding through this list, you're not alone. Many older adults fall into these patterns without realizing how much they affect their vitality, memory, and sense of daily purpose. The goal here isn't to make you afraid of resting. It's to help you rest smarter, to use your day to fuel your night, to recognize that every hour you stay meaningfully engaged during daylight is like saving up currency for a full, satisfying sleep after dark. That kind of change doesn't just help you sleep. It changes how you age. So how did this resonate with you? Was there one reason that surprised you? Or maybe you recognized a pattern in your own life or in someone close to you? That recognition, that quiet moment of "that's me," is the beginning of real transformation. And it's never too late to adjust course, even in your 70s, 80s, or beyond. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next.